Well, thanks very much, Ayanda, and welcome back to the World Economic Forum. This, of course, being held here in Cape Town, where you're seeing all eyes on Africa and the world descending, all issues that have to do with the African continent. Cape Town being host once again to this World Economic Forum, the 24th gathering of its kind. But I'll tell you one person who has a lot resting on his shoulders, particularly being in charge of finance of the host country, is our very own Finance Minister, Nhlanhla Nene, who is with us this morning. It's good to have you. Thank you very, very much for taking the time to be with us on Morning Live.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me.
Right. In terms of the significance of South Africa hosting the WEF of 2015, what does it mean for us?
If you look at the theme, particularly this year, the thing is then and now, reimagining Africa's future. We're building on a number of events. As you would know, that we're building up to Addis, where we are going to be discussing the end of the Millennium Development Goals and embarking on the strategic development goals going forward. We also are looking at Africa Agenda 2063, where we are participants, but we're also looking at South Africa in general as a gateway into Africa, but also as a destination for investment. And we have seen that this happens every 2 years that it comes to South Africa after Davos. Yeah. And as it happens this time, and it has proven that every time when it comes to South Africa, there is a lot of interest and appetite for people to come. This brings together people across the spectrum, the academia, business, heads of government, and this time around leaders of government delegations that are coming down here. We have in excess of 1,250 people that are going to be that have descended onto South Africa. Yeah. So it is an important event for us because we also get an opportunity to showcase South Africa as a destination for investment and our attractivities and its competitiveness. And going forward, we have a number of programs that we're participants in, including those of infrastructure across the continent.
Indeed. I mean, when you look at the private sector, are they forthcoming in terms of entrepreneurship and financing the mega infrastructural projects? Because I know that that's also a big key for WEF, is these partnerships and the creation of these partnerships to move the continent forward.
Look, their mere participation means that they are keen, and I think we've made some progress in that space, but I don't think we've made adequate progress to be content about it. Yeah. So we can't be complacent, and it is for that reason that these events give us an opportunity of discussing these issues so that we can find each other. If the private sector has issues to raise, this is an opportunity to do that. And if you look at all the events that will be taking place, the main events and the side events are intended to bring together all stakeholders.
Yeah, indeed. When you look at the priorities of the agenda of 2063, no problem at all. And you look at the needs, the financial needs of South Africa, how do we draw a balance? I mean, how do you prioritize what needs to be done first as opposed to what is written down on a piece of paper for these priorities?
If you look at infrastructure in particular, we're saying infrastructure, we should sequence it such that we invest in infrastructure that is catalytical in nature. That is going to provide us with an opportunity, one, to crowd in the private sector, but also the infrastructure that we will be able to build on going forward. And it is for that reason that we need a coordinated approach across the region and across the continent, but in our countries as well, that our infrastructure should actually talk to that agenda, and that is what we are doing.
Yeah. Just finally, before you go, because I know you're rushing off to Parliament right now, but just in terms of these outcomes of the gathering, how do they impact the ordinary South African? Why should the ordinary South African on the road be interested in the World Economic Forum?
If South Africa were able to attract investment, it means we are able to deal with a number of issues, starting from poverty, unemployment, because when the economy grows, it means that firms are investing and they are growing in order to be able to employ more people. But also we're dealing with issues of inequality. If you look at one of the programs that have already started, which started yesterday, the Grow Africa, which is an agricultural project that has already attracted in excess of $10 billion US, which would go into the poor areas in promoting agriculture. We also have seen there is a Davos 2015 challenge, Walking for Education, where I'm sure they will be running a similar project here, where if you are able to walk for 6 kilometers, your 6 kilometers will earn a bicycle, which is a UBS program that would go to the poor schools. So there are quite a number of benefits for the men on the street. But the main is that if our economies grow, they are better able to cater for the needs of our people.
Absolutely. Better economy, more jobs, better lives for all. Thank you so much for joining us here on the program. Our Finance Minister here in South Africa, Nhlanhla Nene, I know rushing off right now as we speak to go into Parliament. So thank you so much for your time again. Thank you very, very much. Let's take a break. We'll see you after this. Thank you.